Welcome into the Horseshoe here in Columbus, Ohio, as the Texas Longhorns and the Ohio State Buckeyes get ready to square off in this Big Ten matchup. I'm David Roy, in the booth with me tonight, Matt Peck. And Matt, Texas, they got their first win last week, looking to continue to build on that momentum, while Ohio State, they're trying to keep pace with the top of the Big Ten.
Well, Ohio State started off hot, and they've stayed hot kind of, here early in the season. Texas had a rough start, played a really tough schedule, got their first win last week, though, so this one's going to tell us a little bit more about what's going to go on later in the season.
Well, Ohio State won the toss, so opt to defer, and that means Texas will start with the ball, and on the return, they're able to get it out to about the 26-yard line, as out comes Cash Jackson for the Longhorns, as Vito Pepino, last season's Offensive Player of the Year and All-American, will start in the gun. And they'll begin things with a give to Brandon Black, and Black hit hard by Alan Mack.
Well, Texas starting out trying to get the run going, but Alan Mack, with that middle linebacker with the Ohio State Buckeyes, he's been good in run support all season long, starting off strong so far.
So second down and 10 as this Longhorn offense trying to get going early on here. They'll go with a read option keeper, Pepino. Trying to get that left edge. He's only going to get 4, but this Ohio State defense hasn't been too bad on the season.
Well, they've been especially good against option-based teams, it seems like. They scheme well, they stay at home. So I'm wondering how much success Texas is going to have trying to run that option tonight.
Well, Pepino to throw, and he's going to flip it underneath to a wide open Jackson, who slips through 2 tackles as he gets 15 yards out to the 46.
And that's what Texas wants to do, I think, is spread the field a little bit. Throw to this, army of wide receivers that you have on your team, and try to maybe keep it underneath this defense to a certain extent. But we do know, Joe Pantoja and the Texas Longhorns, they love to take shots.
Yeah, Cash Jackson and Oliver Fields, All-Americans last season, and usually those are the two suspects that you would think of when you think of Texas taking shots downfield. Here it's a wheel route for Black. He'll get 7 yards.
And he got lit up again by Alan Mack on that one. Mack playing sideline to sideline very well, comes across and just nails Black, kind of ear holes him on that one. But that's a good first down play for Texas. They get 7 yards. Just keep a short field in front of you.
Alan Mack having a really good season coming into tonight. Leads the Buckeyes in tackles. 46 tackles, 10 for loss, has 2 sacks. Also has a pick, a forced fumble, and a fumble recovery. He's been a big part of this Ohio State defense as Cash Jackson. He's been he's been a pretty big part of this Texas offense as he gets another first down.
Well, he comes in second in receiving yards on this team, first in receptions. So, Texas likes to spread the ball around.
Pepino going underneath the tight end Castro, able to get 3 yards as Ohio State converges. In Texas right now, they have a short gain, they followed up with a big gain, and they're able to find the yardage here.
Well, I like it. I call it a nickel and dime type offense. You're not trying to blow the top off. You're just trying to keep the change moving.
4-man rush, Pepino going over the middle, had Fields, but Fields, who is a lot closer to the first down marker than where they will spot it. He had to come back for that catch.
Yeah, Pepino didn't quite get enough on that on the touch. Was a little off. Still a completion, though, and a shorter third down.
Trip to the left, Pepino against a 4-man rush. Going underneath, pass caught, Fowler. Fowler getting 11 as he moves it down inside the Ohio State 30.
Right, and again, Brandon Fowler, another one of these, star-level wide receivers that the Texas Longhorns have that, they always seem to have fresh bodies out there.
Pepino wanted to go to the halfback screen, but that pass rush of Ohio State made him feel like he just couldn't get to it in time, so he throws it away.
Well, you got Colton Allen, Michael Kruger, and Alan Mack coming straight up the middle at you right there. You don't have a lot of time to let that one develop.
4 wide here as they go right back to the halfback screen. Black able to cut upfield, throws out a stiff arm, and then he gets 5 yards.
All right, and again, 3rd and 5. Now, Texas doing a good job of keeping their third downs manageable here. They've driven pretty deep into Buckeye territory.
Trips top the screen. Black to the right of Pepino, play fake. Pepino over the middle. First down for Texas is Lenny Lyons. Now he's got a catch.
All right, I think one of the caveats we're seeing here with Ohio State is that they're playing some really soft coverage, some really soft defense. And they're allowing, and if you give Vito Pepino space underneath, he's just going to pick you apart underneath. The talent these wide receivers have, they're going to keep moving the ball.
Well, right now, that's exactly what he's doing. Is each one of these receivers has got a catch now on the night. As Pepino going to take it to the inside, and he'll get 7.
That's a good run by Pepino there. They had only the second time he's tried to take off tonight. This time, get 7 on the option run.
Inside the 10 for the first time here tonight is Texas. As Ohio State showing blitz, they bring it, and the give to Black. Black wrestled down from behind by Michael Kruger.
Kruger does a good job getting off his block and being able to wrangle the halfback from behind there, dropping him, brings up 3rd and 2.
3rd and 2. 2 backs in the backfield for the Longhorns. 3 wide, play fake. Pepino puts it through the uprights at the back of the end zone, and it's 4th down.
Well, and it's just a good stop, good stand there for Ohio State. They toughened up there in the red zone, going to hold Texas to a field goal attempt.
This will be, well, it was going to be from 24 yards, but a false start penalty will now back up Texas.
And it's not going to add that much. Honestly, it's still a makeable field goal for Texas, but you want to get those mental mistakes. You're going to have them. You want to get them out of the way.
This will be about 29, maybe a 30-yard field goal attempt off the right foot of Wade Wright, and he's got it. And so, Texas on the board first.
Good first drive from Texas. Ohio State, again, they toughened up down in the red zone, held them to 3, but Texas drove the length of the field there and, didn't have a whole lot of trouble doing it.
Long drive, though, too, by Texas. It was a drive that spanned 14 plays and took up almost 4 minutes off the clock.
Yeah, a lot of time. They took a lot of time off the clock with that one and came away with 3. So let's see what Ohio State can do.
Well, Zach Davis getting flustered early on here as he just lets this one fly out of bounds.
Texas came after him on that one. He had to get rid of that before something bad happened.
Davis will come back under center. Single back set, 3-step drop, quick throw underneath, and the pass is caught as Wheeler able to get back to his feet, still fighting. And they're going to say he got 10 yards on the second effort, 3rd and inches.
Wow, Wheeler just kept fighting, and barely, but just didn't quite get the first down. Be interesting to see what the call is here on 3rd and inches.
2 backs out of the gun. Davis having to keep it, spinning off a tackle, but he can't get the first down. Stopped short.
Wow, and that's a tough spot for Ohio State. Felt like he might have got there, but refs have better eyes on it than I do. Good stop by the Texas defense, doing what they had to do right there.
So a quick 3 and out for Ohio State, despite the effort by Blake Wheeler on the second down. And then again, the effort by Zach Davis trying to pick up the first down on the quarterback keeper. 3 and out. Texas now back in control from their own 33.
And Texas doesn't really need to try to reinvent the wheel here. They had a really good drive last time. Just need to keep doing what they've been doing.
They're going to give it to Black, and Black right up the middle, able to burst through to the 3rd level of the defense and get 24 out across midfield.
Well, that's just great run blocking by this entire Texas offense. They set up basically a wind tunnel there for Black to run up the middle. He's got all kinds of room. Safety has to come over and make the stop, or he'd still be running.
Lloyd Silver, the one to come over there and keep him potentially out of the end zone, as Pepino back to the gun, looking, dancing, throwing over the middle. Black on the angle route out of the backfield, gets it across the 40.
Brandon Black's a focal point for this offense right now, both in the run now and the pass game. We've seen him get thrown to a couple of times already. So Texas, they've got this is a different looking team than we saw the first few weeks of the season.
Trips top the screen to give. Black right up the middle again. Hit hard by Lloyd Silver, but 7 yards and a new set of downs for Longhorns.
And Lloyd Silver, that's the one that's Captain Crunch.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm not sure he was ever even in the Navy.
There's a flag on the field.
Well, and at one point you have to remember, I think Mike revoked the nickname from him.
He did. Mike revoked it. And there's an offsides flag.
The false start penalty there.
Still first down.
Are you saying that you do not revoke the Captain Crunch nickname?
I don't have the authority. That's well above my pay grade.
Okay. The give here, Mark Cole checking in for Black. And 1st and 15, he'll get back 4 yards.
That's a good run. That's 1st and 15. I don't mind it there. Run off tackle, try to pick up a few yards. He gets roughly a third of what they need right there, so it's, you know, it's all right, but I expect Texas to come out throwing here.
From the Ohio State 32-yard line, and a pistol set here for the Longhorns. A give, Mark Cole. Once again to the inside. Now this time he's going to get 7, so third down for this Texas offense.
Well, he took that one more straight up the middle, and he picked up 7 yards right there. Again, this Texas offensive line is blocking very well in the run game.
Pino out of the gun, 3 wide here with a tight end to the left. Black in the backfield. They give it to him on the draw. Brandon Black not going to get anywhere close thanks to Alan Mack.
Well, Alan Mack comes up and saves them there. Of course, with a 4th and 5. Going to hold Texas to another field goal attempt.
Alan Mack, 5 tackles with a tackle for a loss here in this first quarter as Wade Wright from about 36 yards out is good. His longest of the night, and Texas 6 points on the board for him. You remember back to that Nebraska game last week. They had 6 points in the entirety of that first half.
Yeah, and that's the thing. If you start off slow, you know, it's hard sometimes to get that momentum built up. Not always impossible, so we can see it from both teams. Right now, you know, Texas having more success on offense. Ohio State, you know, they need to get the jitters out that they had on that first drive and get this thing moving.
5-step drop for Davis. Davis dancing, and he'll flip this one into the sideline. So Ohio State right now, you talk about starting slow. Right now, that's exactly what the Buckeyes are doing.
Yeah, they are starting slow, and they're going to have to start trying to move the ball. He's coming out 5 wide here. Let's see where they go with it.
Davis against a 4-man rush, dancing, and he is sacked. Nick Harley going to bring him down, so it's 3rd and 17.
Well, Nick Harley not having any of that tackle, what that tackle's trying to sell to him right there. He comes off his block really quickly. They try to even double team him. They can't do anything with it. That's just a great play by Nick Harley.
So down goes Zach Davis. Long 3rd down ahead for the Buckeyes as they're backed up to their own 20. Davis in the gun, 4 wide, a 2-by-2 set. As Wheeler, the tight end, coming in motion. Davis makes a check at the line, looking to throw, 4-man rush, taking a shot, deep down the right side, and it is caught by Braden Ennis off the deflection.
Wow. The Texas defender, Mark Cole does everything right on that play except pull the ball down, and OSU comes up. Ennis comes up with the completion. What a catch. That's great.
Ennis on the second effort turns around and lunges to keep the ball from hitting the turf, and now Ohio State going to run the end around with Brad McFadden. He'll get a yard.
All right, and Juby says that ball hit the ground. Apparently it didn't. But, you know, I can say I would want it to hit the ground if I was in his spot right there, too.
Refs don't even want to take a second look at that one. So trips to the right. Pressure coming off the edge. Davis taking a shot to that side, and it's nearly picked off by Giovanni Cavelli.
Cavelli closes on that corner out really well and is able to just knock it away. Another long 3rd down for Ohio State.
Out of the gun, Davis. Pressure coming to the inside. Quick throw over the middle, and that pass knocked down by Remington Buck, who was in coverage.
Sure. You know, Remington Buck put the big man back there, the big defensive end, put him in coverage, and that would explain why he didn't catch it.
Well, Ohio State, you had to think that maybe they would get some momentum off that big play from Ennis. Unfortunately, they're not able to capitalize either on that momentum or the field position. You look at the two offenses, 9 plays for Ohio State, 20 already for Texas. Now, the good news for Ohio State is they've only given up 2 field goals off them.
Now, their defense is bending but not breaking, but their offense is not helping them out tonight.
Starting from their own 20, Pino pumping right, looking, hit as he throws, and he can't connect with Cash Jackson, who is working his way back forward.
Just too many hands on him right there. He could get a good throw off, and kind of lucky that one went into nowhere.
Pino has to get it out quick thanks to Michael Kruger, and this time he does get to Jackson. Jackson will get 6, so a very manageable 3rd and 4.
It's a good throw by Pepino. He felt the pressure coming and got rid of it fast.
Go wide. Pino dancing, pressure again, and a leaping effort at it, but Jabril Thomas in coverage to knock it down.
Okay, and that's going to flip field position to a certain degree here. Ohio State should have a little bit shorter field in front of them this time. That's the first drive we've seen where Texas really just couldn't get anything going.
So this punt fielded from their own 35. Ennis able to get it out to about the 47, where now Ohio State, really good starting field position, their best of the night. They've got to make it count.
They need to. You know, they're very lucky right now, I feel like. They've played really good defense, but they're very fortunate only to be down 6 points, the way their offense just keeps handing the ball back. They have got to put a drive together to get some momentum going.
From the 46 with 46 seconds left in the quarter, and Davis wants it all right now. Head Ennis. Ennis was trailing. He left the ball back there for him, and Ennis just doesn't get back there.
He turned around too slow on that one. You know, he just couldn't get his head around, and the ball falls harmlessly to the grass.
Davis, long throw here as he'll find Brad McFadden. McFadden will get 20.
That's a good job there, Brad McFadden. He finds a way to get up and pick up a first. That's maybe the biggest play so far of the night for Ohio State, outside of that, the tipped pass that was caught. But this is, you don't want, if you're Texas, you can't let Ohio State get rolling on offense, because this team can score and they can score quickly.
So 1st and 10. Davis looking to throw, quick throw over the middle, pass caught here by Dylan Turner. Turner will get 6.
Turner had a huge week last week, against the Ohio State Buckeyes, and looking to have a repeat performance if he can. That's his first catch on the night.
Went over 100 yards receiving last week as Ohio State single back set, 2nd down. Davis in a 5-step drop, dancing around in the pocket. Long throw, and this time Art Cole hauls it in, and Cole is off to the races. Silva going to trip him up at the Ohio State 30.
Well, he jumped that route very well, and he had some air on that one. He pulls it down. It looked like that they were going for Dylan Turner again. Cole read it and picked that thing off, and again, lucky that Silva's able to shoestring him to get him down.
Only the 2nd interception by Zach Davis on the season, and that's how we end the first quarter. Texas up by 6, looking to add to it. You're watching the CFSL on PX1 Sports on YouTube Live. We'll be back in just a moment. Start of the 2nd quarter. Pepino trying to keep it himself, but Allen Mack is there in a hurry, and that'll stop him for a loss of 3.
Allen Mack, 6 tackles, 2 for loss already on the night. He's doing his best to keep this Ohio State defense fired up, and trying to force it, and he's forces another negative play on Texas.
So Pepino backed up to the Ohio State 32, and he'll look to throw. 4-man rush, short throw over the middle. Gunderson bouncing off a couple tackles, he'll get 5.
All right, so we have a long 3rd down, 3rd and 8 for Texas here. Not sure what they go with. Judy's been calling for play action in Chad all night. Maybe that's what we see.
Trips to the right. Pepino looking, 3-man rush. Goes short, Black, well short of the sticks.
Well, Black has been able to make plays after the catch, but Allen Mack is all over him on that one. He doesn't even get turned around before he's on the turf.
This will be a 40-yard field goal attempt for Wade Wright as the Buckeye defense once again stands tall. And Texas up on the board yet again. Give them 3 more to make it a 9-point game.
Well, 9-0 here, Texas. Again, offense is moving well between the 20s, and they're having a hard time when they get into the red zone.
Well, Dylan Turner looked poised to have a big return, and then he got laid out.
Well, yeah, he stayed a little too far to the inside there. A few too many white jerseys around him. He could have probably got that one a little bit further. But this Ohio State offense is, credit to Texas' defense. They've looked good all night, but they're getting, kind of completely stopped here.
Davis in the gun, making an adjustment here as Blake Wheeler getting motion from left to right. Draw play here, Manuel Silva trying to get to the right side, but stopped really quickly there. No gain for him.
Well, just not able to get anywhere right there. Daryl Dickerson comes up with the hit.
First carry of the night for Silva as the Buckeyes go right back to the gun. Davis looking, dancing in the pocket, feeling pressure, checks it down. Silva slips a tackle on the sideline, and then tight ropes it across for the 1st down.
It's a dangerous throw for Zach Davis right there. I mean, Texas had that pretty well covered. It just was a good play there by Silva to be able to pick up the 1st.
Ohio State now under center, trips bunch to the left. Tight end Wheeler in motion. Davis to throw, 5-step drop, he's gonna take it a run. Zach Davis caught from behind after he gets 3 yards. Daryl Dickerson, the defensive tackle, he's the one who runs him down.
He's able to get him down from behind. 2nd and 7 here, Ohio State. They're trying to mix the run in more. I think that's going to help a little bit because they've got to keep this Texas defense honest.
Davis rolling left, stands in as he finds Wheeler, but Blake Wheeler bounced around, only gets a yard, so 3rd down now for Ohio State.
You know, he's doing well with that first contact, fighting it off, but there's just too many Longhorns around him on that one. Has nowhere to go.
Out to the 49-yard line, pistol set. Tight end Wheeler in motion from left to right. Davis dancing, going short, and Stewie Peterson had his mitts on it, but can't hold on, so Ohio State will have to punt yet again.
And another, short drive and a punt for Ohio State. This Texas defense has got them figured out right now. Ohio State doing their best to keep this thing from getting out of hand.
So this punt fielded from his own 10. Cole laid out at about the 25-yard line of Texas, and that means right now that, Matt, they're moving the ball, but Ohio State's defense is keeping them from even getting into the red zone.
Yeah, again, they put up 3 points. They've got a 2-score lead here, but this Ohio State defense is playing, pretty lights out against what's generally a pretty high-scoring offense here. They're just not, their offense is not able to, cash into these checks that the defense is riding for.
Black driven backwards on 1st down as pistol set here for Pepino, tight end in motion. Looking, Pepino, long throw, coming back for it was Oliver Fields, but he came back a little too far. He stopped just short of the marker.
That's the second time Pepino's kind of had to lead him back a little bit with his throw, and Ohio State just does a good job of closing in on him.
3rd and inches. The give. And going nowhere, Brandon Black wrestled down in the backfield by Jabril Thomas.
Jabril Thomas does a good job of jumping on that one. Going to force another Texas punt. Giving Ohio State's offense the ball back yet again. The question is, can they do something with it?
Well, that's been the question all night, and that's been the spot where Ohio State has struggled. And you see in the chat, Will Stern, the Buckeyes, saying, look, man, we need to run the ball. And for whatever reason, Ohio State tonight so far has been shying away from it. Now, maybe they're trying to set it up, but at some point you got to try to run it.
Well, you want Silva involved. The guy is he's a game-breaking running back. You definitely want him in. Here he goes.
They give it to him, and Silva, as you said, finding 15 yards here. So maybe they were just playing the long game and trying to set it up.
Maybe so. I think the Texas defense, the way it's been lining up, has been causing Ohio State to kind of go do some pass plays early in drives. But they definitely go with the run there, and you see they get some success with it.
Davis back under center. 5-step drop here for him. Quick throw over the middle, finding the tight end Wheeler. Wheeler had all kinds of room. The linebackers are dropped off behind the 1st down marker. He gets 14 yards.
That's just a misstep there by this Texas defense. They've been doing well by bringing pressure. They back off a little bit, and Zach Davis is able to get the first.
Davis now trying to run that read option, throws out a stiff arm, but is stopped at the line of scrimmage. Dickerson there from behind yet again.
Well, he throws the stiff arm there, and I think Stewie Peterson was the one that was receiving on that. But as you said, Dickerson doesn't let him get anywhere.
Out of the gun, the give. Silva trying to work his way outside, goes back inside, gets 4. So still a manageable 3rd down. Not an easy 3rd and 6, but manageable.
It's manageable, and they're down in field goal range here. So this is as far as they've got so far offensively tonight. It is a step in the right direction.
They give it. Silva with some blocking, but he got caught up by the white jerseys and is stopped a yard short.
Well, it's a good run. They're going for it.
Playing aggressive down inside the red zone, and the Buckeyes come out in the I formation. 2 tight ends set. Silva the deep back. They give it to him. Silva with blockers in front of him gets the 1st down out to the 15.
Yeah, pushes the blocker up, pushes the fullback ahead of him, just go get him, and then bounces off of him to the left and picks up the 1st down. So, this is Ohio State using the run game now, and they're finding more success.
D'Amico Brewer will check in now to the backfield to the right of Davis. Davis going to keep it himself, though. Zach Davis lowering the shoulder pads, gets the first down. First and goal, Ohio State.
Well, he's rolling thunder there towards the end of that when he gets hit and he rolls over the defender to pick up the first.
Silva back in the backfield, I formation again for the Buckeyes. As Davis, the give, Silva to the right, fighting, gets in for Ohio State.
Yeah, you cannot stop him. You can only hope to contain him on that. He throws out that stiff arm and just fights his way into the end zone. Finally, Ohio State gets something going. On offense here, it's a nice-looking drive, mostly using the run game, using Manuel Silva. Maybe that's what you want to stick with on offense from this point forward.
Darius Brewer caps off the first touchdown of this ball game with the extra point. Ohio State now down by 2.
That's just something, that, again, this Ohio State defense doesn't really need to change up what they're doing necessarily. Yeah. They've got a good game plan going here. If I'm Texas, I want to do more what I did on that first drive, to where I'm, letting Pepino make this decision, keep it underneath the defense, don't take the huge shots if it's not there, and just work your way down the field.
See what they come out with as they start from the pistol. Pepino will look to throw. Dancing, though, and the pressure nearly got to him as he flips it underneath for Black, who bounced off Austin Turner, but then thought he had maybe some second effort there. They could get some yardage, and the Buckeyes closed fast.
There were 3 red shirts there quick. He did a good job of getting away from Turner. Turner kind of does a I'm going to lean into you tackle there. And then we see 3 Ohio State Buckeyes just completely close in on Black, didn't allow him to get anything.
The boys of Scarlet bring him down at the line of scrimmage. 2nd down and 10, 3:24 to play. As Pepino trying to set the halfback screen to that far side, as Black, he's only going to get a yard. So Ohio State right now, man, it seems they're sitting on the underneath side of things. Is it time for Texas to take a shot?
It wouldn't hurt. They've got the receivers to do it. Pepino's got the arm for it. Just depends on what the defense looks like here.
Buckeyes bring a blitz. Pepino in trouble, flings one on the comeback route, and Oliver Fields are going to say he stepped out.
Wow, and that was a great throw by Pepino. He avoided 2 tackles in the backfield, flipped that out to the side, just couldn't keep it in bounds. It's going to force Texas to punt.
They're not going to take another look at it, and Ohio State off the punt. Braden Ennis on the return, able to get it out to midfield, and now, Matt, you can really feel it. The momentum has shifted with that last drive from Ohio State.
Well, it's not a backbreaker that they got a touchdown on that last drive, but they've proved that, hey, we can score on this defense, so that's going to give them a little confidence,
Play fake, Davis finding nothing, trying to run through, able to slip through the cracks of the defense and gets 8 yards.
Wow. I don't know how he even
squirted through.
He squirted through, sure.
Took a lot of effort, but he's able to get through, getting 8 yards, and the Buckeyes come out in the I formation. Wheeler, the tight end in motion, play fake, Davis. Gonna take it and run it again, Zach Davis. Showing that, maybe he's got a set of wheels as he slides down to the 30.
Well, it's just a nice, smart run there. The blocking's set up for him. And Texas comes up, tries to put a big hit on him. Davis slides up underneath it.
Rewind here for Ohio State. Davis with Silva to his left. And they give it to Silva, draw play. Silva bounce outside, back inside. Nearly got away before Adrian Taylor keeps him from maybe breaking that to the end zone.
Taylor probably saves that one right there by being able to pull him down from behind. Silva right now is just fighting off everybody.
Ohio State back in the pistol. Davis gonna look to throw. Dancing to the end zone. Touchdown, Ohio State.
And that's what they've been looking for. They've been using the short stuff. They started using the run game there. Finally, they got Texas bit up a little bit, and they're able to throw that one to Brad McFadden in the back of the end zone for the touchdown. All of a sudden now this Ohio State offense is getting its wheels under it.
1:35 to play, and Texas in the last 2 weeks in the first half, they've combined for just 15 points right now. And all of those 15 points are field goals.
Well, I mean, they did just switch schemes, and, it's a, you just have to find the right, game plan to make it work with your offense. And Joe is, he's going to find it, and he's getting there. But right now, this offense is, you know, like I said, it's kind of not firing on all cylinders.
Pepino dancing around, and the pressure from Ohio State's going to make him throw it away. So 2nd down and 10 now for the Longhorns.
All right, and this is what Ohio State has done on defense all night long, David, is they forced Texas into making either the safe decision or just getting rid of the ball.
2nd down and 10, Pepino, quick throw, able to find Lyons, and Zeleny Lyons still get 18. That'll move the chains here for Texas. And still with time before they maybe have to consider burning up some of those timeouts.
Yeah, and it's a nice throw and catch there. Lyons runs a nice, you know, route going to the outside and then cuts it upfield. It's, you know, he loses his man in coverage, and that's allows him to get the 18 yards.
So 1st down and 10, ball spot at the 43. Pepino out of the gun, 4 wide, a 2-by-2 set. Quick throw underneath. Black dancing around. Gets 5 yards as Black will bring, Brewer will bring him down.
I think Brewer looked like he was breakdancing after that hit.
Well, you know. Pressure coming. Pepino underneath. Cole run down by Lloyd Silver. And, you know, maybe Mark Cole should consider doing a little breakdancing after getting 1st down.
He should. I mean, I encourage breakdancing at any point during the game, usually.
So if I would start breakdancing in the booth, are you here for it?
I'm here for it.
Okay. Pepino going to take it a run, and Texas is here for the scrambling Pepino of old. He'll get 8 yards.
All right. Okay, now Texas is getting back to what they were doing. They're throwing it underneath. They're going down the depth chart to where, you know, some of the coverage is not as good.
2nd down and 2 after the scamper. Pepino standing in, delivers one down the seam. Touchdown, Texas.
And that's what Texas needed right there. Vito Pepino throws one on, a dot to Fowler on that play, I believe. Yeah, to Brandon Fowler. He catches it running right down the seam. There's coverage there. It's just a good throw and catch, and that's exactly what Texas needed.
So a shot down the seam as Wade Wright coming out to make it a 2-point game. Inside a minute to play here in the first half of this one. And that means Ohio State now they've got time to maybe get the answer, get a lead before the half, and they get the ball back to start the second half.
This is turning a little more, you know, the offenses are starting to loosen up a little bit here. They're starting to figure out what the defense is doing to them. I like it. These two teams are filling each other out. But like I said, Ohio State would love to be able to get at least a field goal here before the half, knowing that they get the ball back.
You know, look at the two offenses. Ohio State's maybe, you know, fell asleep a little bit, sluggish out of the gate. Then they get started, and they've gotten rolling here in the second quarter.
Yeah, and they're going to try to keep that going.
51 seconds on the clock here in the half. Davis a throw, has time before finally checking it down to Silvers. He'll get 11 yards.
Well, Lloyd Silver, first of all, throws someone off him like a bag of trash, and then he gets thrown like a bag of trash. So, you know, what's good for the goose and all that.
The Buckeyes take their first timeout. Davis over the middle, pass caught again. Silver. And he'll get about 3 before Ohio State will take their second timeout.
And I don't like this throwing underneath stuff here. You've got to at least try to push the ball down the field or get it out of bounds.
2nd and 7. Davis against a 4-man rush. Taking a shot deep down the right side. Got McFadden who slips a tackle. Touchdown, Ohio State.
Just that quick. That's what they do. Brad McFadden gets open again, gets behind the defense. Zach Davis is able to find him. And it's a quick touchdown for the Ohio State Buckeyes. Again, if they get rolling on offense, it can be tough to stop them, you know. And it's proven true here. They've put up 21 quick ones.
Josh Huffman was the only thing keeping McFadden out of the end zone, and McFadden just shrugged him off on his way to the go-ahead touchdown here with 33 seconds to play in the half. And Ohio State now again needing to play defense because Texas, as we saw with their last drive, saying, now hold on, we can throw up some pretty big haymakers too.
Oh, they absolutely can. 29 seconds on the clock and a timeout here for Texas. This offense, you know, not necessarily the way they played tonight, but with these weapons, you better have defenders back.
They're going to start from their own 26 with those 29 seconds on the clock here in the half. 1st down and 10. Pepino, draw play here for Brandon Blackham. He thought he had room to run, but got wrestled down from behind and lost a yard.
Kevin Carey able to grab him from the upper body area there and sling him to the ground.
And then Texas will opt to not run another play, trailing by 5. They'll go into the half here in the Horseshoe at Columbus. And Matt, Ohio State, they had that slow start to the first quarter offensively. And for that matter, so did Texas. Only 9 points to show for it. They had opportunities. They kept moving the ball down the field. The Ohio State defense, they stood up. They held firm. And now Texas trailing by 5 with Ohio State getting the ball back to start the second half and maybe adding to that lead.
Well, Texas, the message coming out of halftime for the Texas Longhorns is we got to get a stop on this first drive. We've got to get the ball back. You don't want to go down 2 scores here, because if you let this Ohio State offense runs very much off of momentum. Zach Davis is a rookie quarterback. When things are going good, he seems to make better decisions. It's when things are going bad, it can force him into making mistakes. So this Texas defense is going to have to do what they were doing earlier in the game, and that is slow down this Ohio State offense, especially the passing attack.
Well, Ohio State right now leading in that category, also leading in the rushing yards. Davis did throw only his second interception of the season. Now he followed that up with 2 touchdown passes. And for that matter, Ohio State, their last 3 drives, all touchdowns.
Yeah, they're they're in the first half. Bill Stern, the Ohio State AD, he really had things dialed up for his offense there. Good job.
Did you just call him Bill?
Bill, it's Bill Stern.
Even though it's Stern A, we're calling him Bill.
It's Bill.
Okay. The other one,
Number 10,
Bill and Ted.
That's Fred. Fred's the other one.
I can't keep up with the name changes we keep giving the Sterns. Well, Ohio State, the only name that they care about tonight is winner, as Ohio State will start from their own 31, trying to add to their lead and make it difficult. As Davis, he's going to take a shot. Forget slow and methodical. Here's Braden Ennis tripped up down to the 2.
Braden Ennis, just like he was shot out of a cannon down the sideline. Wow, Texas not ready for that at all, and he gets behind the defense, and you let Ennis do that, man, you're asking for trouble. Just not a great play call, not good cover, and just a great route run there by Ennis. So I tell you what, Ohio State is coming out guns blazing.
Mark Cole was able to run him down and keep him out of the end zone, but a really great shot to begin the drive, and here's Silva trying to cap it off. Just doesn't quite get in, only gets a couple yards.
There's a good convergence there by the Texas defense to get to Silva with multiple bodies. I expect to see Silva again, though.
2nd and goal. 2 tight ends on the field here for the Buckeyes. 2 wide to the left. The give, Silva, 2nd touchdown of the night for him.
He runs in untouched on that one, and that's going to open up a 12-point lead, point after pending for the Ohio State Buckeyes. That slow start that they had in the first quarter, it's a distant memory now.
Yeah. Make that 4 straight offensive possessions for the Ohio State Buckeyes that have ended in touchdowns.
It's something to see, and this is not a bad, this is a good Texas defense that they're playing, but they are finding the holes in it. It took them a minute to work it out, but they seem to have found the solution to the puzzle here.
Well, and keep in mind, too, you made the comment earlier, Zach Davis being a freshman quarterback, and we've seen freshman quarterbacks, they throw an early pick when things are not going right. The offense shrinks around them. They become a shell. They get conservative. Not Ohio State here tonight in front of the home fans as Pepino pressured and has to throw it away.
That's the thing. I think they're feeding, the offense finally figured it out, but they're feeding off the energy that this defense is bringing right now, because they've done a very good job of slowing Texas down all night long, and Pepino has just not looked comfortable.
Come back to the gun, 2nd down and 10, pressure coming, and it will get home. Colton Allen, his 7th sack of the season.
How that man runs through that unblocked, I'm not exactly sure after the numbers he put up last year, but he somehow does. And if you Vito Pepino right there, you're the offensive player of the year. The problem is the defensive player of the year is running straight at you, and you got nowhere to go.
Colton Allen breaking through on the halfback screen as Pepino in trouble. Allen got to him again. They're going to say Thomas got a hand up to knock the pass down. 4th and 22 as the Longhorns forced a punt.
Another great defensive stand by the Ohio State Buckeyes right now. And, Joe Pantoja and the the Texas Longhorns right now kind of have to be scratching their heads on offense. It's like, what do we have to do to break a play here?
And it's going to give Ohio State really good field position. And for a while during that first quarter, I imagine Ohio State's offense and Will Stern imagining the same thing. Like, what do we got to do to get this thing going offensively?
Yeah, but Bill was able to figure it out, and everything went well for, and they've looked very good ever since.
Play fake. Davis with time goes over the middle, and that pass caught. Working his way forward, Dylan Turner, as he'll get it across to the 30.
And this is what they're doing now. All of a sudden, Zach Davis looks like he can do no wrong. And, if I'm Ohio State here, I'm probably starting to lean on Silva a little bit more in the run game to try to wear this Texas defense down if you can.
7:36 to go. Still early in this third quarter, but Ohio State looking to really push this thing open. A touchdown would make it a 19-point lead as Silva into the open field. Manuel Silva cut it back to the inside. If he just keeps going straight, he's got a touchdown.
Well, he saw something he didn't. He thought he saw something out of the corner of his eye that wasn't there, apparently, and he cut himself kind of back into the defense. Might live to regret that one because they're still a little ways out of the end zone.
65 rushing yards so far for him. Now, there was a line in the sports book for Silva to get over 99.5 rushing yards, basically to rush for 100 yards tonight. 3-1 odds on it. Some pretty good money was put on that one, but Silva could have really gotten a lot closer if he just kept going straight to the end zone.
Yeah, he could have, and I imagine we're going to see him again on this series.
Davis a throw, 5-step drop going over the middle, the tight end Wheeler. He'll push it down to the 5. That's 3rd and goal for Ohio State.
All right, 3rd and goal here for Ohio State, and a field goal helps here, but they really want to try to put their foot on their throat here with a touchdown.
Davis out of the gun, Silva to his right, the tight end Wheeler in motion. Davis looking. Standing in over the middle, Wheeler for the touchdown.
The big man gets open right there over the middle. The coverage is dropping back into the end zone. He picks it up at about the 1-yard line. Is able to just turn it right in. Another 5 straight touchdown drives for the Ohio State Buckeyes.
And 3 of them have been touchdown passes from Zach Davis. The last 5 drives, all touchdowns. The first 4 drives of the night for Ohio State. 3 of them were punts. 1 of them was an interception by Mark Cole that Silva kept from being a pick 6.
Yeah, that was just it. And, again, and by no means is Texas out of this game. Not with this high-scoring offense. This defense can get back to what they were doing earlier. But if I'm Texas right now, and I'm putting a lot on Vito Pepino to get us points, get us some momentum going back our way.
Trip to the left, Pepino dancing, has to come over the middle, finding the tight end Castro, and he'll get it out across the 31. Now again, 7, so Texas starting short, maybe trying to get Pepino in this offense back into a rhythm.
Sure, and that's what you want to do. You don't have to get it all back at once by any stretch of the imagination here. You just have to get some momentum rolling. Get in a system here.
A long throw high, though, for Oliver Fields. He just can't pull it in.
Oliver Fields got it hung out to dry on that one. The ball got put way too high for him. And as we saw there, Austin Turner came up, was able to create the contact, knock it loose.
Pepino going to keep it himself. Vito Pepino says, look, man, if my arm isn't doing it, I'll just pick it up myself with my legs, and he does. Gets 9.
It's a good play by Pepino there. They have to keep this drive going. They have to get some confidence back on this offense.
Here we go.
Pepino out of the pistol. Looking. Steps up, but has to check it down. Black, though, got led backwards. Got led further back upfield, and that allows Austin Turner to drop him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
It's just the pressure. The pressure's what's doing it, David. That Pepino is feeling the pressure coming on. He's trying to get the ball out, and he is. But, he's getting it out, and he's not seeing, the defenders that are closing around these guys he's trying to throw to, and he's leaving some of these guys kind of hanging.
Tight end in motion here for Texas. Pepino with Black to his left. They're going to give it to him. Black to the inside. And he gets a good gain. He gets 9, so about half of what they've needed for the first down.
That's a good run there from Cole to pick up, like you said, half what they need. In Texas, 4 of 11 on 3rd down. They've not been terrible at all.
Yeah.
This is something that they can pick up and try to keep this thing moving.
Pepino going over the middle. Cash Jackson. Jackson able to get away from the defense and get it out to the 30 before the Buckeyes can catch up to him.
Just a great cut upfield after the catch by Cash Jackson right there. He does the double move and then goes to the inside, and then cuts it directly upfield before the defender could even get to him. That's just a nice run after the catch there by Jackson.
Lloyd Silver and Austin Turner are the ones to collapse upon him and keep him at about the 25-yard line. 5:14 to play here for the third quarter as Pepino pumping right, looking, has to take it a run, and he runs into a sack. It's a loss of 2 for the Longhorns.
Well, Frank King able to get him there, just doesn't let him get past the line. This defensive line for Ohio State, we talk about it a lot, how good they are, Colton Allen and of course, Michael Kruger, but these other guys that play in the middle, they've helped out too. But when you got those two big defensive ends eating up double teams, these tackles are going to be able to make plays.
2nd and 12, ball spot at the 27. Pepino out of the gun. Trying to set the halfback screen. Black with some blocking and some room to run as he spins off of D'Amico Brewer, gets 6. So, again, another 3rd and medium here for Texas.
Yeah, and he had good blocking set up, but the Ohio State defense kind of ran through it there at the end of that screen.
Out of the gun, Pepino. Going halfback screen here to the field sign. And Black trying to go outside. His blocking, though, was set up more to the inside, so he only gets a yard. 4th down, and out again comes Wade Wright.
They're going to have to settle for another field goal here. The Ohio State defense stands strong again here close to the red zone.
This will be a 38-yard field goal attempt, and it is good as Texas now has 19 on the board.
And again, Texas closes, shorts the lead up a little bit, does a good job. Now they need their defense to not let Ohio State score a touchdown here, because that's what they've done 5 straight series.
Trailing by 16 points as Ennis gets it out to about the 35-yard line, and Ohio State, there you see it. 5 drives for their offense, 5 touchdowns, and their longest drive in that span went 9 plays. Everything else has been about 6 or less.
Yeah, that was it. And again, Ohio State they've just hit a hot streak here on offense. Texas got to find a way to put the fire out.
Davis starting in the gun, draw play here. Silva to the inside, Manuel Silva into the open field. Silva with a burst of speed gets it out to the Texas 45-yard line.
That'll put him at 87 yards rushing for all our junior gamblers out there in the audience who bet the over on the prop bet for Manuel Silva's rushing yards.
1st down and 10, 4:04 still to play just here in the 3rd quarter. So that over is looking pretty good.
Yeah, it's looking pretty good, because I imagine we're going to see a steady dose of Silva.
Back in the gun, Silva to the right of Davis. And this Ohio State offense taking their time a little bit. They go right back to him on the draw, and this time Silva only going to get a couple yards. Really good pursuit there by Buck.
Yeah, Buck does a good job of reading the draw there and just keeping his eyes on where Silva's at. Doesn't get too far upfield on that one.
So trips, top the screen, Davis. Draw again, Manuel Silva with blocking, pushing, 1st down, Ohio State.
All right, he's riding this train with Silva. He's up to 97 now. So like you said, the over looking pretty good for him. Right now, Texas just looking for any kind of answer on defense here.
Silva just 3 yards short of the over, but he's not going to get it on this play because he's checked out in favor of D'Amico Brewer, who comes in for relief. And Brewer, good fight, but he gets back to the line of scrimmage.
He's not able to get much there, Texas. Adrian Taylor does a good job getting to him, holding him to no gain.
So from the 33, Brewer still the deep back here for Ohio State, and they give it right back to him. Brewer throws out a stiff arm. He just manhandled Remington Buck, of all people.
Well, that's a pretty good stiff arm if you can knock Buck off of you. That's a big boy coming at you, but still only able to pick up 2 yards. Long 3rd down for the Buckeyes.
It looked like Buck got lifted up off his feet with that stiff arm.
And that would be something.
Davis a throw on 3rd and 8, and great coverage by Connor Looney. Knocks it down, forces 4th down, and Matt, you said it, finally they get a stop, although out comes Darius Brewer for a 48-yard field goal attempt.
Well, that's a that's a win for the Texas defense. They're stopping the bleeding a little bit here.
And Brewer has got it.
Well, Brewer's he's only missed 1 all season long. He continues that trend of being pretty close to perfect here. Gives another 3 points, 38-19 lead to the Ohio State Buckeyes.
So 21 point, or excuse me, not a 21 point game. Take that back here a little bit. As 27.
19, no, it's 19 to 38.
Bad at math. Sorry.
It's okay. That's what they put me in this room.
Oh boy. 2:28 to play. That math I can do. As the give here, Black working his way forward, gets it down to 39.
That was a good run by Black there, but if Texas here, I think that it's time to step on the gas. You got to, not worry as much about making mistakes as you got to worry about pushing this ball down the field.
Give Black turned around. He only gets a couple of yards.
All right, so he only gets a couple on that one. The more Black involved, he's got 11 rushes, 33 yards on the night. Ohio State is not giving up much on the ground, and they're playing very well in coverage.
2nd down and 8, empty backfield. Pepino feeling the pressure. Kruger gets to him as Pepino falls forward, but they're still going to call it a sack here for Michael Kruger, his 3rd on the season.
Well, he wasn't able to get quite back to the line of scrimmage on that one, and Kruger's the one who's able to knock him down enough, to get credit for the sack there. But 3rd and 8 for the Texas Longhorns here, and 5 of 13 on the night.
3rd and 8 from the 41-yard line. Pino from the gun, looking, throws short, and it is tipped up at the line by Colton Allen as he leaps up to knock it down.
Well, I mean, this Ohio State defense has just fired on all cylinders all night. They have been, and Texas forced to punt again here, already down 29 points. Now Ohio State gets the ball back, gets a chance to try to extend this lead.
Well, on the return, Braden Ennis bouncing off a couple tackles, gets it out to the 41-yard line. And we'll take this time to give a shout out to everybody in the live chat. Got Juby, Michael Paul, Mark Cole, Daryl Dickerson, Dylan, also known as, I believe that's Colton Allen, as Ted Stern, D'Amico Brewer, Michael Otang, Brandon Fowler, Squiddy, Will Stern. As appreciate all of you tuning in here tonight on a Wednesday night, as Silva can get 2 yards to begin the drive.
And, again, he's up to 99 now. So there are people who are sitting and wondering right now, can he get that 1 extra yard? And Ohio State going to try to look to extend this lead into this drive.
Wide receiver screen for Ennis, but that ball hung out there for a long time before Huffman closed in to stop him in the backfield for a loss of 1.
And if you're trying to advance the ball on that play, that ain't it, Chief, because Huffman is in great position right there to shut that wide receiver screen down.
Long 3rd down, empty backfield here for Davis. They'll make a check at the line. Gonna look, quick throw over the middle. Silver turns upfield, but he stopped just short.
4th and inches, he almost got there. He's not quite able to fight forward. It's a good push, and the Texas defense going to force a punt.
So a 3 and out for Ohio State, and it is the first time in 6 drives that Ohio State has had to punt the football away. As on the return, Cole from his own 10. He'll get it out to about the 24-yard line.
Okay, Texas got a chance to try to fight their way back into this thing, but they're going to have to get cooking on it, if you know what I'm saying.
1st and 10. Handoff. Black trying to go outside, but Allen Mack is there to stuff him.
This was, I don't understand that they keep going to Black this far down. Nothing against Brandon Black. It's just that you're down 29 points, okay? And you need to score. You need to score in a hurry.
11 tackles tonight for Allen Mack, 3 tackles for loss, and we'll see whether or not Texas can find a way to score in a hurry as they go to Black. And we know they're capable of it. They just haven't found a means of doing so as we end the 3rd quarter. Ohio State up by 29 here from the Horseshoe in Columbus. We'll be back in just a moment. You're watching CFSL on PX1 Sports on YouTube Live. Start of the 4th quarter, short 3rd down. Pepino in trouble, goes short. The tight end Castro shrugs off Kruger, shrugs off the walk-on defender, gets the 1st down for the Longhorns.
That's a good fight from Castro, knowing they got to pick up that first. He gets it for them. Gives Texas a new set of downs. But it's like Juby said in chat, you know, man, they've got to get moving. They got to push the ball down the field, and I agree with it.
1st and 10 from the 36-yard line. 4 wide, a 2-by-2 set. Pepino looking, airing it to the near side, and that pass caught. It's gain of 7 there for Cash Jackson.
Well, and again, he gets him to the outside. You know, he's trying to get him out of bounds, trying to see if they can stop the clock here, you know, to preserve some time. But 2nd and 3.
Pino dancing, going short as Oliver Fields will get 10 yards.
Right, and you know, again, it's another 1st down for Texas. Now they're looking more like they did early in the game, where they're moving the ball well here in the middle of the field.
Pistol set, 8:18 to play as we go halfback screen. Black trying to get the edge, and Brandon Black will get 7 yards as we're being corrected. 19 points.
19 points. Yep, they're correcting us.
Yeah.
Okay. It's several.
3 scores.
Yes.
And they're going to go with a draw, and Colton Allen, Michael Kruger, they bottle him up in the backfield. Kruger will get the tackle for a loss, and it's a loss of 2.
All right, 3rd and 5 here for the Texas Longhorns. I don't know that Texas is really in any kind of punting mood at this point in the game.
3rd and 5, inside of 8 minutes of play. Pistol set, Mark Cole motion out of the backfield to the left. As Pepino going short for Cole, and he only got 2, but they needed 5.
Well, just not quite enough. They're throwing it behind the sticks again, 4th and 3. Texas, you know, it's 4-down territory the rest of the way here, but again, they've got to push the ball down the field here.
4 wide, Pepino, pressure coming right out the middle. Quick throw, Black's got the 1st down out to the 31.
All right, and you know, another 1st, and they're moving the ball. They're putting together kind of a long drive here. But they got to make it count, and B, they need to pick it up a little bit.
11 tackles tonight for Lloyd Silver as he tries to earn back that Captain Crunch nickname as Cole off the screen, bouncing around, gets it down to the 30.
Yeah, a lot of screens being thrown here by the Texas Longhorns in this offense, you know, and not having a whole lot of success with them. You know, there's something that the defense is showing them, making them feel like that they can catch them, you know, with the aggression, but it's not worked so far.
2nd and 9. Pepino short and to the left, gain of 3, so another medium 3rd down here for Texas.
More of this short stuff, you know. I mean, when they were dinking and dunking earlier, you know, but they were actually still moving the chains. Here, it's like they've gotten more conservative.
6 from inside the Ohio State 30. Pepino over the middle. Brandon Black, all kinds of room, and he's going to work it down inside the 10.
That's a nice play there by Black to get open in the middle right there behind the pressure that Ohio State was bringing. Nice, you know, big run, big throw and catch. Nice run after the catch there. It's going to set up Texas 1st and goal.
Black came into tonight, I should say, leading this team in receiving at 29 catches. It led all of the Texas offense in that category, and he's already got 13 here tonight as he moves them inside the 10. They're going to give it to Black. Black to the inside, going to get down inside the 5.
That's a good strong run there by Black, 5 yards.
That brings us 2nd and goal.
Gets him down a whole lot closer, 2nd and goal.
From the 2-yard line. Goal line set for both teams. Mark Cole, the deep back. They give it to the fullback, and he got lit up by Kruger at the line of scrimmage.
Kruger saw that fullback came through, just shoved him down. Didn't even really tackle him, just threw him to the ground. 3rd and goal here. I'm sure it's 4-down territory for the Longhorns.
3rd tackle for a loss here tonight for Michael Kruger, who came into tonight with 6 on the season, as Pepino looking to the end zone. Touchdown, Big Thor Gunderson.
That's a nice throw and catch, and there's a lot of Ohio State defenders in that area. Pepino does a good job at delivering an accurate pass there at the back of the end zone. Gunderson able to haul it in, and that's going to draw Texas a little bit closer.
Thor Gunderson, 6'5", 230 pounds, a great weapon to have down here inside the red zone. Texas takes advantage of it. The extra point from Wade Wright is good, and we got a 12-point game with 5:41 to play.
12 points, 2 scores here. Still plenty of time, but you know, if you're Texas defense, you got to do what you did last time. You got to force a turnover. You got to force a punt. You cannot let Ohio State drive the ball on.
On the return here, Braden Ennis a return out to about the 28-yard line, and a good opportunity to point out, 20 to 30 minutes after the conclusion of this game, another really good matchup here tonight. This one will be an SEC matchup between the LSU Tigers and the Florida Gators from the Swamp.
Yeah, that's going to be a big one right there. LSU has got a pretty commanding lead right now in the SEC, looking very good, and looking to keep that streak going against the Florida team, who is trying to fight to stay in the playoff picture here in Week 5.
2nd and 11. 5:28 counting as we get down to the 5:20 mark. And Davis, quick throw, big hit, but McFadden holds on.
Well, McFadden had some stick him on his hands for that one because he got clubbed right after that, but it is a first down.
Single back set now for the Buckeyes from their own 40. As Davis looked like he wanted to roll left, then stopped and flung it to the flaring Wheeler, and he gets stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
Bit of a broken play right there. He didn't look like he really knew where he was going with that one, and got turned around. Good reaction by the Texas defense. 2nd and 11.
5:02 to play here from the 39. I formation. The give, Silva cutting it back upfield. They get 3 yards, so 3rd and 8 for the Buckeyes.
That's a long 3rd down. It's a key play for the Texas defense. They need to get a stop here, try to get the ball back.
Out of the gun, 2 backs in the backfield. 1 to either side of Zach Davis. Makes an adjustment, gonna look to throw, going to the halfback screen. Silva, turn upfield, got the first down and more. Silva down the near side and out to the 35-yard line.
And the defensive line just got too far upfield on that one. Davis let him get too close enough and just threw it over there to Silva, and he did the rest. First down, Buckeyes.
Single back set now with Brewer into the backfield. They give it. Brewer trying to go outside, and he's hit hard by Connor Looney.
All right, 2nd and 13, loss of 3 there by Ohio State. But they are taking some time off this clock here. I'm sure that's part of what they want to do. Also, they want to try to put this thing away.
Mike 51. In your face.
Out of the gun, Silva to the right of Davis. Davis taking a deep shot. Pass is caught by Dylan Turner. They're going to say he got the foot down.
They may take another look at this one. I'm not sure exactly how close he was. That right foot looked out.
I'd call that an incomplete pass myself. Now they will take a second look at it, and we both agree. We thought the right foot was out.
Yeah, I don't see that as a catch. Looks like the right foot comes down, about half of it comes down out of bounds on the white there.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So we are going to call it an incomplete pass, and that means it's 3rd and 13 here for Ohio State.
All right, 3rd and 13. Ohio State needs to get a little bit closer to being manageable field goal range even.
Davis in trouble, and he's going to go down, sacked by Nick Harley.
That's not, I tell you what, man, that's not what Ohio State needed right there. They still could have tried to kick a field goal. Zach Davis needs to turn that thing loose, throw it out of bounds, do something, because they just played themselves out of field goal range.
Nick Harley coming out with his 3rd sack of the season, and he does so in a big spot as Ohio State drop now to the 46, and as you say, Matt, out of field goal range as this punt hits a 5, about 3 end zones. So 3:35 to play. You're down by 12. Your ball spotted at your own 20. And Texas, who showed in their last drive, 4-down territory.
Yeah, it's no holds barred for Texas at this point. What they've got to do is they got to realize they just need to get 7 right here.
Pepino going to keep it himself. He's got the first down before Silver will catch him.
That's a good job of running there, and Texas already hurrying, trying to go back, cut into this lead some more.
Out across the 33-yard line. Pepino steps up in the pocket, goes short. He finds Gunderson, but Gunderson stopped immediately by Allen Mack.
Yeah, and I understand getting the ball out quick. That's exactly what he needs to do. But, at that point right there, you really need to be pushing the ball a little bit farther down the field.
Pepino looking, going over the middle, pass caught. Brandon Black spinning his way forward, and he's out to the Ohio State 41-yard line.
All right, and this is a good drive Texas is putting together. They're moving quickly.
No huddle again, Pepino. taking a shot deep down the left side. Pass caught. Cash Jackson down to the 5.
All right, that's what Texas needed right there to finally get Cash Jackson or Oliver Fields open down the sideline. Ohio State does a good job keeping him out of the end zone, but this game is getting more and more interesting as time winds down.
14 tackles for Lloyd Silver. We're inside of 3 minutes, almost 2.5 minutes ago here in the fourth quarter, and Pepino in the gun. Gonna give it to the third-string tailback, and they're gonna say he didn't get in. Stopped at the half-inch line.
Jeremy Brown trying to get in the end zone there, just not quite able to get there.
Second and goal, 2 backs in the backfield. Neither one of them are Black or Mark Cole. They give it to the third stringer, and Brown's gonna get it.
All right, Texas does exactly what they have to do. They drive the ball down. They score relatively quickly. Gonna push this to a 5-point game. With 2:22 left and 3 timeouts, you got to wonder, is Texas going to go for the onside kick here?
It'll be interesting to see what they do. Now, the good news for them is their defense has played pretty well of late.
Yeah, if I'm them, I would almost rather trust. I like the call. They're just going to kick the ball off and trust their defense here to be able to get them the ball back.
So bringing this one out, Braden Ennis from his own end zone. And on the return, he'll get it out to about the 30-yard line. 2:17, and Matt, you know it, I know it, or at least expect it. Manuel Silva, going to see a lot of them.
You got to expect that Manuel Silva is going to be the focal point here. Him and D'Amico Brewer running the ball. Zach Davis as well, trying to eat clock, trying to pick up a couple of first downs here, because that's really what Ohio State needs to try to ice this thing away, because Texas has done a great job of fighting their way back into this.
Zach Davis, 19 of 29, 333 passing yards here tonight. 3 touchdowns, 1 pick. As Silva going to get the carry on the draw, gets away from Remington Buck. He gets a couple yards and forces Texas to take a timeout.
Yeah, and that's fine on first down, but you do need to at least pick up a first here and get Texas to get rid of their timeouts.
The give again, Silva, the edge, but Huffman's going to hold him to a yard, 3rd and 7.
Yeah, they need to run him between the tackles. That's where he's the best. That's where their blocking's been so good at all night long.
Rewind here for the Buckeyes. Silva to the right of Zach Davis. As Texas, 1 timeout remains for them. They give it to Silva. Silva going to lose 4.
And that's just too much. That's too conservative there. You know, you've got to at least try to air that out and pick up the first down.
And you saw the numbers, 19 carries for Manuel Silva, 100 yards. The overline of the sports book was 99.5, but there's 2:02 to play, so we'll see how he finishes his night, because he just lost 4, and that forced Ohio State to punt.
I'll tell you what, Texas gets the ball back now. Cash Jackson closing in on 100 yards receiving tonight. Caught every ball that's been thrown his way so far, and Texas, all of a sudden, they're down 5.
And starting from about their own 38, no timeouts remain, for the Longhorns. They'll go short here for the tight end, Castro.
And Castro catches that. Texas going to hurry back to the line. They had to burn all their timeouts on defense.
That makes it 2nd and 6.
And they will clock it here at 1:47.
Okay, they're going to try to reset here, get a different look coming out on offense, see what the defense does. Be very interesting. Oh, they're going 5 wide.
Empty backfield on 3rd down. Pepino, 4-man rush, and a rocket over the middle for Brandon Fowler. Fowler's got the first down out to midfield.
All right, and that's first down allows them to reset. 1:42 left on the clock.
Staying with an empty backfield are the Longhorns as clock begins to run. Allen Mack, he's got 14 tackles, as does Lloyd Silver, and another pass here for Fowler. Fowler another 6 yards.
Yeah, they're going over the middle, and they're trying to tire out this Ohio State defense. I feel like there may be a shot coming at some point here.
We're going to clock it here again. 1:26 now, and it's 3rd and 4 for Texas.
3rd and 4 here. This is again, the punter does not exist anymore.
Right.
So, and you got to have a touchdown.
The Buckeyes trying to get the home fans involved as Pepino, long throw into coverage, and Ohio State nearly had the interception. 4th and 4.
Thomas Price gets his hands on that one, could have iced this game, but not able to do it. Gives Texas another shot at it on 4th down.
Trips to the right. Here's Pepino. Three-man rush. Quick throw at the sticks, but he lines out of bounds, and Ohio State takes over.
Too much air under that one for Pepino, and it costs them right there. That may very well cost them the game.
Well, there's no timeouts for Texas to stop the clock with. They've got to get a turnover out of Silva, and Silva going to get a yard. In Ohio State, you got to think, I mean, from this point, can just say, we're going to nail it, we're done.
If they're smart, they nail it and they're done. You know, don't keep running plays here. But no, go ahead, Bill.
Single back set, Silva, the deep back. They give it to him. Silva working his way forward. He just doesn't leave any. He doesn't want to leave any doubt in the bettors' minds here.
Apparently not. But I tell you what, you got to give a lot of credit to this Texas team who went down. 19 points. It was bad early. They couldn't get their offense to do anything. All of a sudden, they get down that far behind, and they're able to storm their way back into the game. And Ohio State, though, to their credit, able to hold on, able to get what they and pick up a big win.
A slow start, a back and forth game, but Ohio State able to get the win here from Columbus as they hold on. 38 points was they put up as Texas 5 points short, and the Longhorns 1-3 now in the Big Ten, 1-4 on the season. Coming up though in about 20 to 30 minutes, the LSU Tigers looking to go 3-1 in the SEC, but Florida looking to shake things up there in the conference. Matt and I will be on the call for that here shortly. And want to thank everybody for tuning in here on a Wednesday night. You've been watching the CFSL on PX1 Sports on YouTube Live. We'll be back in 20 to 30 minutes with LSU at Florida.